In this lecture, you'll start creating a scale-up plan for your business using something called the Business Growth Calculator. The Business Growth Calculator will form the starting point for your scale-up plan as you set growth targets for the next 12 months. So this is what it looks like. You can see that the Business Growth Calculator includes all of the 7 keys on the left-hand side, though in a slightly different order, because referrals has moved up a bit. The calculator also has information about existing customers, which we haven't used in the formula up to this point. There are 3 columns on the right, but let's start with the one labelled Current. Here, you should enter figures for your business in your current situation. In other words, the sales and profits that you're achieving right now, or you expect to achieve this year. Or you can put figures for the last 12 months of your business. Now, for the purposes of this illustration, I'll use the same figures from the fictional business that we used 2 lectures ago. You can see I've left existing customers blank for now. We'll come back to that in a minute. The next column is labelled Target Increase. This is your 7 keys formula percentage target for each key. It's here that you will enter some goals to aim for over the next 12 months. I'll continue with the 10% as per the illustration, but I want you to go away and develop more specific goals for each of the keys, based on the circumstances of your business and the opportunities that you're able to identify. Once you've done that, the final column shows the impact on your business of achieving these targets. So let's bring in some existing customers. These are people you have a current relationship with. They've bought from you in the past, and you expect them to buy from you again. In the example, we expected a customer lifetime of 3 years, which means that every year you're adding new revenue to your customer base. I'll be prudent and assume 250 existing customers for this business. This increases revenue, profits, and of course, the underlying value of the business. Let's assume the same 10% improvement for each key, which results in an overall increase in business value by 65%. So lower than the 73% we saw in the previous example when we were only looking at new customers, but larger figures overall in terms of money. Now that I've explained how the calculator works, you can download the spreadsheet that you'll find in the handout after this lecture and use your own figures. Now sometimes it's easier to start at the bottom of the table and work upwards, because you hopefully know what your revenue and profit figures were for the last year. So enter those in and then work back, trying to figure out what that would be in revenue, what that would be in customers. It's okay if the figures aren't completely accurate or there's some guesswork, because the purpose of this is to illustrate the impact of implementing the 7 keys formula in your business. So take a bit of time to work on your business growth calculator now, and then join me in the next lecture, in which I'll tell you the one thing you need to start doing right away if you're serious about scaling up your business.